Prabhu.
Okay, we will start with the prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिते नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुकुं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्. So we are on the section offering a favorite article. This we are on chapter 11 and we are on the section on offering a favorite article. Srimad Bhagavatam, which is divided in 12th canto and 11th canto in Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th chapter, verse 20, verse 41, where Lord Krishna is telling to Uddhava. So we know Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. Krishna also spoke um, Uddhav Gita to Uddhavji actually, and that is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 11. So from there, Srila Rupa Goswami is quoting. He is telling that Krishna is telling to Uddhava, my dear friend, if someone offers me the best thing in his possession or anything which is very pleasing to him, he will be eternally benefited. So Krishna does not see what we give, Krishna sees what we hold back, which is very important because a lot of times we want to give the lowest denominator. Like I was just thinking about it. Yesterday we went for a program and then we took the deities. There was a flower abhishek. So I was taking my Gaurnitai back and I saw devotees put some Lakshmi. And interestingly, no offenses, but what I saw just couple of ones there. So what is here mentioned by Krishna is one offers me the best thing in his possession, and that is what is actually Krishna is pleased with. Krishna is actually Lakshmi Pati, he doesn't need anything, but he is actually giving us the opportunity to give our heart. And if you remember, we spoke about one of the brahmana who was very poor and he did not have anything to actually offer, but in the mind he heard in scripture saying that if someone offers in the mind, he gets the same credit and he can actually offer it to the mind and Lord accepts the offering. And he went to the market, got the best vessel, got the best milk, got best ingredients, and he started making kheer for the Lord, the paisam for the Lord. And he was cooking everything in the mind. And paisam has to be offered when it is cold. So he wanted to put his finger to see if the milk kheer is cold enough to offer to the Lord, and his hand got burned. And he came out of his meditation and he realized, oh, hold on. How come my hands are burned? My fingers are burned. And Lord Vishnu called him in Vaikuta saying that you come here because you should be reciting here. So that is important. Next section is performing all endeavors for Krishna. very difficult but very subtle, and very difficult to remember, very easy to offer but very difficult to remember. So in Narada Pancharatra, there is a statement of how one can act in all spheres of life for the satisfaction of the Lord. It is stated that a person who is actually in devotional service must be, no problem, Prabhuji. Devotional service must be engaged in all kinds of activities, those prescribed in revealed scripture and also those that are accepted for livelihood. In other words, not only should a devotee engage himself in prescribed duty of devotional service that are mentioned in revealed scripture, but he should also perform the duties of his practical life in Krishna consciousness. For example, a devotee who has a great establishment or a factory may offer the fruits of such materials possession for the service of the Lord. In this connection, was just remembering in one of the class which I was hearing. So this speaker or this the preacher was speaking about one of the devotee. He was staying at one devotee's house. Even this devotee, whatever medicine he would eat, he would actually offer to the Lord. Now it may look, hey, how Lord, this how he's offering medicine to the Lord, or he would get a diary and then he would offer the diary to the Lord and then start using it. Now what is Lord going to do with that? But it is all about the intention that counts. That the person's desire is that I don't want to use anything without being touched by the Lord. Anything which I have, it has to have a blessing of the Lord. And that is the mood, that is the motive behind actually everything we do. And I was so inspired actually with that. And now nowadays, even like if I get a laptop, I offer to the Lord first. If I get a phone, I offer to the Lord first and then use it. Because it's a nice way, a nice gesture, thinking that everything is a possession of Lord. Everything is possession of Krishna. And when we go with that mood, when we offer everything at the feet of Krishna, then our detachment from this material will slowly, slowly starts arising. Because when we realize we are not Bhoktaram, only Krishna says, Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvalokam Maheshwaram. He is the Bhoktaram, he is the enjoyer of entire manifestation. But when what we are doing, we are competing with God. We are like mini God. We think that I am the proprietor, I am the enjoyer. So we have to let go that tendency. And that is only possible when we, even in small small subtle things, we always try to remember this is Krishna's property, it has to go to Krishna. And that is a very important part. Any questions here before we move to the next section? All good?
No, no, Prabhu. Only one
Okay.
thing that people who are really attached to a certain thing, how to
Mhm.
direct them.
Ha, Mataji, not easy to actually let them develop the desire of detachment. What we can do is that is something we can apply in our life so that someone, if they want to follow, they can see us an example. But attitude of detachment is extremely difficult. In this regards, there is a story which I heard. So there were few friends who actually went in a boat, and when they went in a boat, they went in the river, which was a very deep river. Actually, they were going in that. So one of the friend, he a penny or a dollar or whatever fell off from his hand and went to the river. So he jumped actually to take that money. And then these friends, they were very worried about him because he did not know swimming. So they were saying, give us your hand, give us your hand, give us your hand. But this guy would not give his hand. Then another friend said, man, such a miser. Tell him, take our hand, take our hand, take our hand. And then he understood and then he took his hand. So actually, the mentality we have in this material world is we always want to take, take, take. We don't want to give. We don't want to give. And that is what the mentality is, what is killing us. And not easy to actually bring that to someone's life, because detachment is actually a byproduct of sincere bhakti.
Now,
Practice.
it is totally different thinking towards that. Is well, if you talk about material thing, yes, and it's not a material thing. You tell me if it is a material thing or not. So I have seen a lot of older people who are touched, grandkids and grandson and granddaughter, whoever, right? But
mm,
now, sh- at some point, they need to understand that is like, uh, I don't know how to explain to you, Prabhuji.
mm,
I'm telling some of them I know. I
mm,
said, you know what? Thinking this is my grandson and this is my grandkid and everything. You were
mm,
attached. The moment that you don't see them, you get so hurt and sorrow, like feel left out and all that. I'm like, you had your life,
mm,
let them be others. But because sometimes you cannot control,
mm,
can control your mind, and like whoever you're following, the god, you go and talk to them. Instead of that, of course, you will have to have that grandchild here and there.
mm,
You see them, you have no problem, but as soon as the grandkid is not there and something somewhere has to go, they are
mm.
bewildered.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji. In Hindi, it says "sood se." Sood is, I think, the point is that I forgot the exact saying, but the meaning of that is the interest is more um cherished than the actual money. So when you put the money, say you put 1 lakh, and then you get 10%, you get $1,000 or whatever it is, right?
Hmm.
So people like that interest more than the actual money because this is great. So similar way, elders or grandparents like more than their children, they like their grandchildren more. And fortunately, we can't do much about it unless we actually bring bhakti in picture. That's what I was telling. Any
That's the
detach-
another thing. I just don't know how to direct them towards that portion.
Mataji, for that to happen, they need to have a knowledge. For them to have a knowledge, they have to study Bhagavad Gita, they have to read Bhagavad Gita. Because the reality of this world is we do not know that we are not the body, we are the soul.
Yeah.
We all know we are the soul. We don't have anybody. अकेले आए हैं अकेले जाएंगे.
Hmm.
Everybody knows about that, but we forget. And that is why this daily dose or weekly dose, actually daily, we are of course meeting weekly here, but daily dose of actually studying Bhagavad Gita and realizing that I'm not the body, I am the soul is important. Without that knowledge, the detachment will not come. And this is what Arjuna was asking Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna when Arjuna says, this mind is so difficult to control, I can control the wind, but I cannot control the mind. And that is what Krishna is telling, that how you have to develop detachment is by cultivating knowledge. And that is very important. Don't think that what knowledge we are trying to acquire is, oh, maybe I don't remember anything, which is fine because that's Kali Yuga memory. But it's actually slowly this knowledge is giving us the detachment.
Oh,
And you realize, go ahead, yeah.
no, if you finish it, please, Prabhu.
Yeah, that knowledge, once it comes, no, the vairagya automatically comes. If you try to preach vairagya, the detachment or renunciation, it will not penetrate. Nothing will
Yeah.
come. Fruit will not come.
Yeah, because I feel like if I'm at India, I can take them with me. Maybe slowly, they will come. More, because I was like that before. When I was listening and listening and listening, the shift happened through me.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what I wanted to do something for them, because it's hard for me. I'm here, they're there. I can't do. So once I go there, maybe it will happen one day. But until now, been telling them, but it's not. One more thing, Prabhuji,
mm,
sorry, is the different class that you give on Saturday. You
mm,
said something about the 14 reason Krishna said,
yes,
that for
Karna,
yeah,
mm,
for why
mm,
um they kill
mm,
Karna.
mm.
You said you're gonna give it to us, right? Because I also don't know.
I will
I was
find out. Even that was a new thing for me, which I heard those 14 question. I need to dig down. I only remember 3, 4 which I shared. Yes, Mataji, I'll good. Thank you for reminding because I say that I will do it and I forget because there are so many things going.
Yeah.
Right, but I will find that out
Yeah,
and share.
because this is very like for me, even if I have to understand, Sometimes other people will also tell me something like that, so I will be able to tell them like back, like what I know. Because some, even Hindu people, like even the Hindu, they always question their own thing. They don't have faith, or they don't have nothing, I don't know what is it. They always question. So sometimes when I something can come up with something, such a thing, I like to know, to at least to educate myself.
Yeah, absolutely, Mataji. I will find out and share that with you because I
Okay,
also,
then.
when I heard, I'm like, wow, this is great. But yeah, I will find out where is that because the preacher where I heard the class, it just says 14, and he just mentioned few.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
So, yeah, one thing which I want to add on the previous point which you mentioned, when you go see them, somehow try to bring Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Yeah.
Give them opportunity to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Because when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, which is actually the medicine for Kali Yuga, it can also bring detachment. Knowledge is one aspect of it, but without the knowledge, when one chants, it actually crosses even the platform of jnana. And that, so you try to actually convince them to chant.
Yes,
Anyhow,
that's
you're
why I'm gonna take them to Brindavan with me. Hopefully, something magic happens.
very, very nice. Very nice. That's a wonderful thing you can do for the family because they have given us so much. They have given their life. They have given everything to us. And this is our return actually to them out of gratitude, whatever they've done for us. Absolutely.
Yeah, Prabhu. Thanks.
Very nice. So the next section is being a surrendered souls. In a Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is another scripture, there is a following statement about self surrender. My dear Lord, a person who has surrendered himself unto you, who is in the firm conviction that he is yours, and who actually acts in that way by his body, mind, and words, can actually relish transcendental bliss. Beautiful example is Mother Draupadi. She, can you imagine a situation of a woman, and that's not an ordinary woman, she was actually the queen. She was actually indirectly, she was she was the queen of Hastinapur, and being disrobed in front of so many powerful people, especially people like Bhishma, Dronacharya, and her five husbands actually, including Arjuna, who was extremely powerful, Bhima, who was very powerful. Nobody could help. She realized what is the use of my life, and what she understands, there is no other shelter. She surrenders herself completely. If this is what you want, my Lord, if this is what is in my destiny, let it happen. But I don't want to forget you. I want to remember you. And Lord came in the form of a sari to protect her. So when one actually realized that, there is very beautiful line I forgot, but it's the attitude of a devotee is, my Lord, whatever I have, that is yours. Please treat me the way you want. And that's why Vrindavan is so powerful place, such a surcharge with pure devotional service, because everybody in Vrindavan, they just have one thing in common: how can I please Krishna? And that is their level of surrender. And that is why Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. One time Krishna had a headache, just transcendental headache, not like any of our headache. So Narad Muni said, what should I do, my lord? Let me do something for you. Narad Muni said, get me the dust of the lotus feet of my devotees. Now Narad Muni got confused, which means when you if you get the dust of someone's feet, Krishna is a supreme lord, and we are all our jiva, we are all small living entities, which means we will go to hell if we just give our dust to Krishna. So Narad Muni went everywhere. Nobody was willing to give the dust of the lotus feet. And Narad Muni actually came to Vrindavan, and he came to gopis, and he asked, can I get the dust of your lotus feet because Krishna has a headache? And Gopi says, yeah, please. If somehow we can relieve Krishna's headache, then why not? Narad Muni said, do you know what does that mean? They said, yeah, we know we will eternally go to hell. And who cares? Because for us, Krishna is important, and his happiness is he is our life and soul. For him, our existence is there. And then Narad Muni understood their position and came to the Lord, and Lord smiled because he wanted to show the position of gopis in Vrindavan. So it's not an ordinary thing actually. In Narsimha Puran, Lord Narsimhadev says, anyone who prays unto me and takes shelter from me becomes my ward, and I protect him always from all sorts of calamities. And we see in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, just to prove the words of Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu asks, is your God, is your Vishnu is in this pillar? Prahlad Maharaj says, he is everywhere. Yes, he is in the pillar also. Narsimhadev had to appear from that pillar just to keep the words of his devotee. And that is the Lord. He is sold out to devotees. I will share you one movie which I actually showcased yesterday in my class to some other place. 18 minutes movie about Nityananda Prabhu. Who is Balram? Krishna, how much he has gone to actually give Krishna's holy name to everyone. Please must watch and share me your feedback on that one. So that is all I wanted to add. Any comments before we move to the next section?
No, Prabhu, just I also heard about the Nityananda Prabhu. Um, People say, in especially in Puri, Jagannath Puri,
Mm.
like if Prabhu Jagannath didn't hear you, please tell to your concern about Balaram that your work should be done
Yeah,
because that's how he works.
very, very, very amazing. I will share that movie. Highly, highly, highly recommend. Watch with family. It's a very beautiful AI made, but at the end of the day, what is important is the mood. They've done a fantastic job there.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. So we are on a very, very, very important section serving tulsi plant or tulsi. Now, very interestingly, we've been just talking about little bit about Vrindavan. What is the meaning of Vrindavan? Vrinda means tulsi and means forest. Can you imagine? Krishna has given the name of his dham as Vrindavan, which means a forest of tulsi. Tulsi Maharani is very, 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 very dear to Krishna. Krishna never goes anywhere without Tulsi Maharani. Whenever you see in the temple Krishna's lotus feet, Tulsi Maharani is there. Any temple you see, Tulsi Maharani is there. And Tulsi worship is extremely, extremely powerful. And Tulsi Maharani, there is a beautiful poem, actually, beautiful song. I will share that as well in this group. It is said in that beautiful prayer or beautiful song that if one recites this beautiful prayer in glorification of Tulsi Maharani, who actually has the right to be in Vrindavan, she allows everyone and anyone who prays to her give eternal entrance to Vrindavan, which is Golok Vrindavan. So very, very surcharged with pure devotional service. So we will read in the Skanda Purana. There is a statement praising the Tulsi tree as follows: let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the Tulsi tree, which can immediately vanish volumes of sinful activities. What is that? Volumes of sinful activities. In Tulsi prayer, we sing Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahma Hatyadikani Cha Tani Tani Pranashanti Pradakshina Pade Pade. One who does the pradikshina, one who circumambulate Tulsi Maharani, even if that person has killed many Brahmanas, he will be relieved of those sins. That is the power of just doing pradikshina. And we sing in that Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Tulasi Namo Namaha. What is that? Tulsi is very dear to Krishna, Priyasi. যে তোমারা শরণ লয় বাঞ্ছা পূর্ণা হয় কৃপা করি করো তারে বৃন্দাবনবাসী. What is that? Any desire you have, it will be fulfilled by Tulsi Maharani because she is the resident of Vrindavan. Morae Abilash Vilas Kunje Diovas Nayane Ribo Sada Yugala Ruparashi. What is my Abhilash? What is my desire? Morae Abhilash. Vilas Kunje Diovas. Vilas means Vrindavan. Give me the eternal entrance in Vrindavan. Nayane Haribo Sada. In my through my eyes, I can only see the beautiful pastimes of Radha Krishna. E nivedana daro sakhiranu karo sevadikara diye koro nijadasi. E nivedana daro. What is my nivedan? What is my request? E nivedana daro sakhiranu koro. That Sakhis of Srimati Radharani, let me allow me to assist them. If I don't have an adhikar, I don't have a right, I don't have the right to actually do devotional service to Krishna and serving Radha Krishna, because it's a very high platform. But I pray that you give me that. Very powerful actually. Every morning in temple we sing. So it says, let me offer my respectful obeisances until which can immediately vanish volumes of sinful activity simply by seeing or touching Tulsi. One can become relieved from all distress and diseases. And we know about diseases. There is nothing to be explained about it. We know Tulsi has so many medicinal effects. Simply by offering obeisances and pouring water under Tulsi tree, one can become freed from the fear of being sent to the court of Yamaraj, the king of death who punishes the sinful. Easiest way. Nothing you have to do. You have Tulsi Maharani, you water her every day and actually sing and then circumambulate. If someone sows a Tulsi tree somewhere, certainly he becomes devoted to Lord Krishna. And when the Tulsi leaves are offered in devotion at the lotus feet of Krishna, there is a full development of love of Godhead. In India, all Hindus, even those not belonging to Vaishnav group, take special care of Tulsi tree, and you see that. Even in greatest cities where it is very difficult to keep Tulsi tree, people are to be found very carefully keeping this plant. Even in America and Canada, very difficult to actually maintain Tulsi because it's most of the months are super cold. So bringing her inside, putting plant light, taking care of her, important. They water it and offer obeisances because worship of Tulsi tree is very important in devotional service. I was small. I had no idea about Krishna worship. But during Kartik month, which is going to come in like October, November, I would go there. My mother will take early morning, couple of hours before sunrise in Brahma Muhurta time. They will actually recite the glories of Tulsi Mani, and I would hear. I'm just surprised. I still remember those beautiful experiences. Actually, very important. Actually, Tulsi Marani has a very important role in our life, and you do Tulsi Viha with Shaligram. Shaligram is who is that? Krishna. So it's very important. In Skanda Purana, there is another statement about Tulsi as follows: Tulsi is auspicious in all respects. Simply by seeing, simply by touching, simply by remembering, simply by praying to, simply by bowing before, simply by hearing about, or simply by sowing this tree, there is always auspiciousness. Anyone who comes in touch with Tulsi tree in above mentioned ways lives eternally in Vaikuntha world. Eternally in Vaikuntha world. This is a very beautiful. Let me open that. And
Prabhu, do you have some bhajan and all link? Can you please send it to the group?
I am sharing this beautiful. Can you see now the
Y-
lyrics?
Yes, Prabhu.
This is actually the song of Srimati Tulsi Maharani. I will read the meaning, which is very important because though it is not mentioned, but I feel it is connected. This is all about Tulsi Maharani. You are bathed with the streams of splendor that rebuke gold, lightning, and the champaka flower. You splendid garments are friend to the banduka flower. O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. So one thing before I read, I want to clarify. Tulsi Maharani in material world is actually a replica of original personality. So Tulsi Maharani is not only a plant. In this Kali Yuga, she appeared as a plant, but she has her eternal swarupa. Like Ganga is not just the water, but Ganga is a personality. Surya is not just the sun, but there is a sun god. Similar way, behind Tulsi there is Tulsi Maharani, and that is what we worship. So I wanted to bring that so that we know what we are talking about. And she is so beautiful, and there are these features being described that Tulsi Maharani, your face is splendid with the pearl decorating the tip of your nose and a wonderful gentle smile on your bimba fruit lips. You are decorated with wonderful jewel ornaments. Oh Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. Rishabhanu's daughter, Radha, made you a guardian of Krishna's opulent and auspicious abode of Vrindavan, the crest jewel of all Vaikuta planets. O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. By your order, the groves where Madhava, which is Krishna, who is Krishna, enjoys pastimes, are splendidly decorated with blooming flowers, bumblebees, deer, honey, and other things. O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet because you became their messenger, the eager and youthful divine couple, which is Radha Krishna, enjoy the perfection of transcendental pastimes in the forest. O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. By your mercy, the people attained residence in Vrindavan. Whose mercy? Tulsi Maharani. The desire to serve your master's lotus feet. Who's her master? Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And the desire to assist in the rasa dance. O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. Those who are learned in Satatantra glorify you. You are Krishna's pastime potency. The Tulasi plant is your form in this world of a man, which is ours. O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. O merciful one, they who have no devotion and they whom millions of offenses have thrown into the waves of lust and other vices take shelter of you, O Vrinda, I bow to your lotus feet. The last one, a person who is like a bumblebee at the lotus feet of Vrindavan's king and queen, and who reads or hears this Vrindashtaka will eternally reside in Vrindavan and attain loving service to divine couple. So very, very powerful bhajan actually. And I will share you a video so that you can melodiously hear also and sing along. There are lyrics also shown on the screen so you can follow along. If
Okay,
you
Prabhu.
do, if you do this bhajan every night before going to sleep, your entrance to Golok Vrindavan spiritual world is guaranteed. Very powerful. I personally do that along with my son every night. We try. Highly recommend. Very beautiful. Any other questions we have?
No, Prabhu.
Okay. We will start chapter 12. Further aspects of transcendental service. So we read first part, now second. Hearing the revealed scripture. So we are reading Bhagavad Gita. We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. We are hearing Bhagavad Gita. We are hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is specifically in that connection. According to Srila Rupa Goswami, any book that gives enlightenment in the matter of advancing in devotional service is considered to be a revealed scripture. Of course, Nectar of Devotion, which we are reading, is also part of that. Sri Madhvacharya has also defined revealed scriptures as referring to books such as Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, Upanishad. So Gita is an Upanishad, right? Gita Upanishad, we call it as Vedanta, and any other literature written in pursuance on of such revealed scriptures. In Skanda Purana, there is a statement: a person who is constantly, one second, engaged in reading literature, enunciating the cultivation of Vaishnava devotional service is always glorious in human society, and certainly Lord Krishna becomes pleased with him. Reading scriptures is a very important part of our devotional life. We should spend time in reading and hearing. Very important. A who very carefully keeps such literature at home and offers respectful obeisances to it becomes freed from all sinful reaction and ultimately becomes worshipable by the demigod. It is also said to Narada Muni, "My dear Narada, a person who writes Vaishnav literature and keeps such literature at home has Lord Narayan always residing in his house." That is how powerful it is to keep scriptures at home. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 13th chapter, verse 15, it is stated Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedanta philosophy. Any person who has become attached in some way or other to reading Srimad Bhagavatam cannot have any taste for reading any other literature. After, excuse me, after Nectar of Devotion, we will actually read Srimad Bhagavatam. So it's a crest jewel of all literatures. In other words, a person who has relished the transcendental bliss of Srimad Bhagavatam cannot be satisfied with any mundane writings. So very important to actually study scriptures. Any questions before we move to the next one?
I'm
Oh,
okay, Babu.
okay. Residing in Mathura. This is very wonderful. In Varaha Purana, there is a statement praising the residential quarters of Mathura. Lord Varaha tells the men of earth, any person who becomes attracted to places, by the way, when we say Mathura, Vrindavan is part of Mathura. Whole Mathura, which means which includes Barsana, which includes Vrindavan and everything. So just want to clarify that. In Varaha Purana, there is a statement praising residential quarters of Mathura. Lord Vara tells the men of earth, any man, any person who becomes attracted to places other than Mathura will certainly be captivated by illusory energy. Of course, that does not mean Jagannath Puri and such holy places are also included in that one as part of Mathura. So one has to understand that when we say any other place, which is nothing to do with any holy places. In Brahmanda Purana, it is said that all the results of traveling on all the pilgrimage within the three worlds can be achieved simply by touching the holy land of Mathura. Like people do visiting so many holy places. Are we have to do this, we have to do this before I die, I have to go here also there. It is said if you just touch the land of Vrindavan, which is Mathura, you have actually attained all holy places. In many Shastras, it is said that simply by hearing, remembering, glorifying, desiring, seeing, or touching the land of Mathura, one can achieve all desires. So while we are just hearing about Vrindavan, while we are just remembering Vrindavan, which is as good as actually attaining being in Vrindavan. So one time Nanda Maharaj was actually preparing to travel, and then everyone was preparing and they were saying, Krishna came and asked, "Where are you going, Nanda Maharaj?" He said, "We want to go and take the bath in Ganges, in Ganga." So Krishna said, "Nanda Maharaj, my dear father, everything is in Vrindavan. We don't have to go out. All the rivers are available in Vrindavan. Manasi." So I'll just pause here. Then Nanda Maharaj hears, "Where should we go? We should take a bath in Manasi Ganga." Because Manasi Ganga, which is in Vrindavan, actually up came from Krishna's mind. And then when actually, no, hold on, there is another story on that. So Nanda Maharaj wanted to go to Prayag. And we know what is a Prayag, this is where the Kumbh Mela happens. So Nanda Maharaj says, "This is Kumbh Mela, so we want to go to Prayag." So Krishna said, my dear father, all the holy places are assembled in Vrindavan. You don't have to go to holy place. So when Nanda Maharaj heard, the next day morning when he went for a bath, he saw a very ugly personality, a very filthy person, entered and took a bath in Manasi Ganga and came out. And when he came out, he was a very beautiful personality. So um, Nanda Maharaj asked this, "How come I saw you? You were a very dilapidated person, and when you go and took the bath and came out, and you are such a beautiful, effulgent person, who are you?" And this person responded, "I am Prayagraj." We know, which means I am the holiest of all holy places. It is considered as people's understanding. So why do you come here to take a bath? He said, so many sinful people come and take a bath in my land, in my water. They deposit all their sins, and because of their sins, look at what you saw before I took a bath is my condition. So I come every day to take a bath here to get relieved of my sins. And that's where Nanda Maharaj realized. And then he told all Brajavasis, we should take a bath in Manasi Ganga. When you go to Vrindavan near Govardhan, there are two main places in Vrindavan when you visit. Of course, Mathura is there where Vasudeva and Devaki were jailed, and this is where Krishna took the birth. So when you go to Mathura, you can visit that place. But when you actually come to Vrindavan, there are two places, mainly Vrindavan. So in Vrindavan, you can do Vrindavan Parikrama, and then you can visit various temples which were actually, there are various pastimes on that Vrindavan. And then there are many temples established by six Goswamis who are actually associates of Lord Chaitanya. And there are three primary deities in Vrindavan. And there are many other, but three primary deities. One is Radha Madan Mohan. Second is Radha Govinda Dev. And third is Radha Gopinath. So Radha Madan Mohan and Radha Govinda Dev, they were actually moved to Rajasthan because when the Mughals were attacking at the time, they were transported to Rajasthan, and they are still in Rajasthan. So when you go to Jaipur, which is not very far from Vrindavan, there you see Radha Govinda Dev. Their temple is in a palace actually, because king donated that his palace for the Lord, and that is Radha Govinda Devji in Jaipur. And then Radha Madan Mohan, the first one which I said, they were moved to Rajasthan, Karauli, and they are still there 3 hours from Vrindavan. And Radha Gopinath, they are still there in Vrindavan. So they are very beautiful deities actually. And this is first thing. And then Govardhan. Govardhan is not different from Krishna. Govardhan mountain itself is Krishna. That's why we never put our feet on Govardhan. We do Govardhan Parikrama. And one who does Govardhan Parikrama once, he gets the credit of visiting all the holy places at one time. So it's a 21-kilometer parikrama. You're welcome to do by feet. Takes around 5-6 hours. If you start very early in the morning, like 3 o'clock or something, you should be done by 8 or 9. If not, you can do on the cycle they have. You can sit and they do your parikrama. That's very auspicious. And when you do that parikrama, there are various holy places come on that. Manasi Ganga is one of that which I narrated, and there are so many wonderful places. The holiest of all holy places. Of course, Prayagraj is not. Prayagraj himself comes there. So definitely Vrindavan is the holiest of all holy places. And in Vrindavan, the topmost place is Govardhan. And in Govardhan, the topmost place is Radha Kund, which is actually none other than Srimati Radharani. So we take 3 drops and put it on our head because it's very, very auspicious. Krishna comes and takes the bath there, and Srimati Radharani also comes to take bath there. And she also comes to take the bath in Shamakund, which is adjacent to Radhakund. So I
So,
just gave you. Go
Prabhu, when you go to Radha Kund, you are not supposed to go in the water, right? You're supposed to just.
take 3 drops. First, offer obeisances
Yes.
because Radhakund is the holiest of all holy places. Take 3 drops and put it on your head.
And it is in Barsana or is it in
It is
Vrindavan?
Vrindavan only, Mataji. Vrindavan, especially in Govardhan.
Okay, Prabhu.
And
And
now, when you brought in the concept, Barsana is the birthplace of Srimati Radha.
Radharani, yes.
And that is also 1 hour far away from Govardhan. So you can visit. There are 3 temples on the mountain. Those are actually three. Those are the heads of Lord Brahma. Actually, Lord Brahma did a lot of austerity and prayed, "My dear Lord, please give me entrance in Vrindavan Dham," and he became a mountain. And those on that mountain is Srimati Radharani's mandir. One is Man Mandir is there, where are various pastimes which happen there, and there is Ladli Lal's temple, which is also there. Little walk on the mountain itself, And then there is another place where Krishna and Srimati Radharani took the form of a peacock and they started dancing. So that is also there on the mountain. And when you go to Barsana, on the way you also see Nandagaon. Nandagaon is the birthplace of Krishna. Nanda Maharaj has a beautiful palace created on the mountain, and that mountain is actually Lord Shiva's head. So Lord Shiva personally reside there eternally. He wanted to take the darshan of Krishna every day, and that is how he got the place there. So there is a Gopeshwar Mahadev. That's what I remember. Please forgive me if I don't remember the name correctly. But then you can go to Nandagaon also to take the darshan of their beautiful Krishna Balram Yashoda Maya, and there just be careful there, just talk about that and take the darshan and get out. Don't get into money business and all that stuff, because people think they want to earn money, and then you just have to be careful. It's not a problem in the holy place, it's just some people are just that way, so just have to be careful about that one. Make
Yeah.
sense?
There is also one the slide that Bhagwanji Thakurji was like doing the slide, and the shape is still that on the mountain. It's not a mountain, but it's the um, जहाँ पे वो लोग गाय चराने के लिए जाते थे
That
ठाकुर
should be
जी.
Govardhan Mataji, but I don't remember this specific place you
Because
mentioned.
I saw so many times on the web. It's in my head right now. I can
Uh,
see like in the slide the small little kid take a, the
maybe
Krishna in that time with the all the gopas and all the like they were taking the slides, and the shape of it also. And
mm,
Krishna's feet is also there.
wow. Okay. Very nice, Mataji. Yes, I can't recollect that. Maybe I've seen it.
I'll send you the reel if I ever find it.
Please, yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay.
Wonderful. So I think it is 8:21. We will start rendering service to devotees next week. Any questions? Any comments?
No, Prabhu, I you answer so many questions. Thank you, but I would love to have some of the bhajanas link.
Yes,
Um,
I'll send you the video for the link, and then I also forgot to message the this week's class, so I will send you that one as well. And there is another thing which I promised. Yeah, the movie
the
of Nitya.
14.
Yes, and 14 I'll find out, Mataji. Surely I don't have the details yet.
No problem, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Rupa Goswami